Hello children, today we are here to proceed with the same topic, reproduction in lower and higher animals. So our today's subtopics are the process fertilization, mechanism of fertilization and significance of fertilization. So let us begin with fertilization, which is also called as syngamy. Fertilization is a process which involves fusion of haploid male and female gametes. We have already studied in the process of gametogenesis. When gametes are formed, at that time, the chromosome number are reduced to half in both male and female. So, at the time of gamete formation, in male and in female gamete, the number of chromosome is half, and therefore the stage is known as haploid stage. But after fertilization, the haploid male gamete and haploid female gamete, when they fuse with each other, they form a diploid zygote. This diploid zygote ensures to continue the state of diploidism. Fertilization in human beings is internal, as it takes place in the ampulla of fallopian tube of the female genital tract. After that, in the uterus, the zygote further develops into embryo. During fertilization, the pronucleus of the gametes, they intermix with each other. They unite with each other. Therefore, fertilization is also known as syngamy. Syn means together, gamy means gamete, where gametes unite with each other. The next subtopic is mechanism of fertilization. Let us see how fertilization occurs. The semen, which is released during ejaculation, has number of sperms and some of the secretions secreted by the male glands, such as seminal vesicle, Cowper's gland and prostrate gland. The semen which is ejaculated, it is thick, viscous and coagulated. When it enters inside the vagina of female, it undergoes liquefaction and thus the sperms become active in the vagina. The mechanism of fertilization also involves certain steps. They include, first, the movement of sperm towards the egg. Second, the entry of sperm into the egg. And third, the activation of ovum. Now, let us study the steps involved in fertilization process one by one. The first step is movement of sperm towards the egg. After ejaculation of sperms, nearly 200 to 400 million of sperms are released, out of which 50% of sperms are demobilized, or they are broken, or they are destroyed after reaching into the vagina. It happens due to the acidity and the secretions present inside the vagina. The remaining sperms undergo capacitation process. It is the physiological process that brings about certain changes in sperms so that their capacity to fertilize the ovum increases. During capacitation process, some physical changes takes place in the sperm, due to which they attain maturity to fertilize the ovum. Capacitation process requires nearly 5 to 6 hours. The acrosome membrane of the sperm head becomes thin, due to which calcium ion enters inside the sperm and the tail shows rapid whiplash movement. Due to capacitation, the sperms become extra active and they move upwards from vagina to the uterus and from uterus to the oviducts. Prostaglandins and vestibular secretions of the female also enhance the motility of the sperm. They increase the sperm motility. Sperms not only swim on its own but also by the contractions of uterus and fallopian tube, which is stimulated by the hormone named oxytocin secreted by female. At an average, sperms swim at the speed of 1.0 to 3.0 millimeter per minute. Sperms require nearly 5 minutes to reach the ampulla region of fallopian tube, and they remain viable in the female genital tract for nearly 24 to 48 hours. Let us study the next step of fertilization, that is entry of sperm into the egg. Out of 200 to 400 million sperms, only few hundreds reach to the ampulla. Again, out of these 100 sperms, only a single sperm fertilizes ovum. After reaching to the ovum, the acrosome releases hyaluronidase and corona penetrating enzymes so as to dissolve the cells of corona radiata of the ovum. Thus, the head of the sperm passes through the zona pellucida of egg or ovum. The zona pellucida has fertilizing receptor proteins named ZP3 and ZP2. The fertilizin binds with the antifertilizin of sperm that causes attraction of sperm to the egg, resulting in fertilization. This fertilizin-antifertilizin reaction is also called as compatibility reaction. The next step is acrosome reaction. So this is the structure of the ovum layers, corona radiata, through which the sperm tries to penetrate inside. So the head region, which contains acrosome, it undergoes certain reactions. Let us see it. As the sperm head touches the zona pellucida, acrosome ruptures and releases acrosine or zona lysine enzyme. This acrosine or zona lysine enzyme, it dissolves the zona pellucida layer. Then a small cone of reception is formed on the egg surface where the sperm head comes in contact with. This results in depolarization. The plasma membrane of both the cells, that means the cells of male and female gamete, they dissolve at the point of contact, and the sperm nucleus and centriole gets the entry inside the egg. As soon as the sperm head touches the vitelline membrane, it deactivates the sperm receptors. As a result, it prevents any further entry of sperms into the egg so as to avoid polyspermy. The next step in fertilization process is activation of ovum. Ovum before fertilization was at metaphase 2 stage. When the sperm head comes in contact with the vitelline membrane of egg, metaphase 2 resumes, it begins, it restarts again, and meiosis second stage is completed. If you remember, we have studied in gametogenesis, oogenesis process, where you'll find only few stages of meiotic division occurs. The remaining meiosis II division is completed only after the entry of sperm head inside the ovum. After this, the second polar body is released and the germinal vesicles changes into female pronucleus. Now at this stage, the ovum which is formed, it is now called as a true ovum or a true egg, which has undergone now complete meiotic division. Next, let us study fusion of egg and sperm. So this is the diagram of fusion of egg and sperm, that is fertilization. So the pronucleus of male and female gamete, they here start intermixing with each other. The coverings of male and female pronuclei, they degenerate, dissolve so as to allow chromosomal pairing with each other. Because of this, the formation of synkaryon takes place, and so this process is called as syngamy or karyogamy. As I said earlier, syngamy means mixing of two gametes. Thus, now the structure which is formed is called as zygote. The proximal centriole of the sperm forms synkaryon spindles and cleavage of cells into two blastomeres. The next stage of fertilization is significance, importance, role or advantage of fertilization. Let us see. The secondary oocyte completes its oogenesis process and it transforms into a mature ovum only after fertilization. Just now I told you that when the sperm head enters inside the ovum, the meiotic II cell division is completed in the ovum. Therefore, fertilization is really essential. The diploid chromosome number is restored in the zygote by syngamy. Again, earlier I spoke to you that during the gamete formation, the number of chromosomes is reduced to half. But when fertilization takes place, the half set of chromosome which comes from both the parents, male and female parent, they combine, they fertilize, they unite to form a diploid structure, thus maintaining the diploid state. The ovum receives centrioles from the sperm, which is essential for the further meiotic division in ovum. The importance of fertilization is that it results in variations, which is very necessary for evolution. Now, as two parents are involved over here, both the parents have different sets of chromosome. When these different sets of chromosome, they sync together, they unite together during fertilization, a different variety, a different genetic makeup is produced, is generated. And this variation is very essential for the evolution process. The sex of the offspring is determined due to this process. So after the zygote is formed, the embryo develops, and the fate of the embryo, that means whether it will be a male child or a female child, is totally dependent on fertilization process. As we have earlier studied that there are two sets of chromosome, autosomal chromosome and the another one is sex chromosome. So both these chromosomes get transmitted through gamete, and therefore during fertilization it ensures, it determines the fate of the sex of the child. Now here we have completed with the today's session. So here's an assignment for you all. Prepare a concept map on the information of fertilization. A concept map means a diagrammatic representation which shows the total process of fertilization. So this should be made by you. The second question you have to complete is, what is capacitation, and give its importance, and describe the process of fertilization.